Okay, we're live. Let's go. Alright, hopefully this is working. I'm going to need some feedback from you guys, though. Well, no one's here, so I'll be right back. Oh, tight squeeze. Okay, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Make sure you guys can hear me. Headset. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. And hopefully it's not too loud. What's up, what's up? Okay, we're just starting up. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Had to figure out some technology. Is this working? Like, can you hear me? Is there echo? Channel status. Okay, sweet. Audio's good. What is going on, everybody? Let's see. I wonder if I can get some music going. Okay, let me know. I'm going to try and throw on some music. Let me know if... Oops. And I have to use an on-screen keyboard for now. It's the stupidest thing. I broke my keyboard. Don't ask me anything about that. Spotify. Let's go. Okay, let's get some... you know what? We probably can't play much, huh? Damn, that sucks. Just because this is live, but yeah, you know what? Who cares? Let's try it. Let's go for like a deep house. Alright, we'll take that. Let's see. Oops. Okay, what's up? What are you guys up to? What's going on? Alright, I'm in the Discord. I'm in the Discord community group chat if you guys want to hop in and chat. You know, or we could just type chat, you know, if you guys have questions or anything. Alright, Seth, I'm about to read your intro right here. This is an intro, Seth. Let's go. That's crazy, dude. If you're in here right now, how's Chicago? I've met a few people out here in Austin that came out from Chicago. Shows you go back up. That was already nice. Yeah, dude. I like fitness, being nature, martial arts, BJJ. Let's go. Yeah, I actually, that's awesome. I actually just recently got into Muay Thai, so that's fun. Nice, dude. Well, welcome. Thanks for that intro. Let's see. I'm gonna make this smaller. Let's go. Awesome. Let's go, dude. Just keep, yeah, stay consistent. Stay consistent. I'm gonna keep an eye out for you. Eye out for that, that streak. Oh yeah, I don't have the bot set up, so I don't really know anything about Discord and setting up, you know, groups or whatever. But it was an idea. You know, it's coming. It's like infrastructure. It's yet to be built. Let's go. What are you guys working on right now? Like, what's, I guess, like, what's the biggest thing you guys are working on right now? Like, as far as like what you know, what you would like to work on, what you like to improve on. Is it fitness? You know, is it your job? Is it trying to start a business? Like, is it, you know, trying to get in touch with, you know, your family or community or something? Like what's weighing on you guys the most right now? Let's see. No, let's not do that. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Like, what? Can you give me an example? Like what's managing your anxiety? If you could try to expand on that a little bit. You know, maybe I can see if I can give you a pointer or two. Because I definitely struggle with anxiety for sure. I think in general, just educate yourself, right? I try to have some education and understanding and awareness, and try to understand, you know, at least for me, it's like, you know, it's your nervous system somehow. Like your nervous system is stuck in overdrive, or it's like, you know, freaking out about something. Yeah, and it could be from childhood, you know, like that's what I, you know, that's what I go through for sure. Anxious all the time, worried about things I can't control. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, you know, for me, I'm just gonna be straight. Like, you know, just trying to develop a closer relationship with God is like, that's given me some guidance, you know, as far as that goes. Like allowing to let go of the outcome, allowing to let go of whatever. It's just like, you know, there's things that you want to have, there's outcomes that you want to have, you know, like things that you want to attain. Like you just have to let go of that and just like, you know, do what you know you have to do, like to work in that direction. But then other than that, like, yeah, other than that, you know, you can't do anything else. And that's really it. You know, the results are in God's hands. You just have to do the best you can. It is annoying, you know, having that, like, just like having that urgency, like having that passion or having that urgency, like, you know, like maybe even impulsivity. But just, you know, keep moving forward. Like that's going to be the antidote to everything is action. Action's going to be the antidote to everything. Act. You know, that's why the last couple of videos that I put out, you know, it was about, you know, how to be retarded, pretty much. Like, just turn your brain off and just act. Like, we live in a time where it's really easy to be anxious. It's really easy to be depressed, right? Because we have all this information and all this stimulus flashing in our eyes and our face, and like, you have to have that self-discipline to you know, try to not do that to your own nervous system. right? So try to have, try to educate yourself around just like the practical things, like like your nervous system, what you might be jacked up. Like for me, I played football all throughout my childhood, and like my nervous system just like started calming down over the last couple of years. Like, so like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are just like neurotic or like, like freaking out and whatnot, but yeah, dude, it's all about just keep moving, do not stop. $60K. Yeah, I get that. I think you just need to take like take a leap of faith. Don't underestimate yourself. Like I said, action is the biggest thing. Like if there's one thing that I've learned is just like the more like you try to do your own thing, like the more you try to plan for, like it's self-limiting beliefs. It's just like dumb it down and just like do something. Like at least you could always move back in with your mom, like if things like don't work out, but try to give it a shot. Like try to do something, like move states, something like allow yourself to go through some chaos. That'll develop your character. B, like that's like your life story. That's like a part of your life story, right? So it's like you just gotta force it. But I mean, go at your own pace. I know everyone's gotta go at their own pace, but I would just give you that advice to kind of chew on. Stuff, Seth. Let's go studying. Yeah, like what's the biggest thing I'm working on right now? Honestly, I feel like I'm too chaotic. I'm too crazy. I feel like I'm just like chasing too many birds, too many rabbits. Because like I'm really trying to, like create a community and like actually like this brand I feel like is something that's fulfilling to me. I don't see myself doing like personal training forever. Like it's great for income for right now, but like I don't know, like I'm really passionate about this and I want to try and see this grow. And by that I mean helping people. That's just like a direct reflection of how many people I can help. I feel like that's at least how I was able to get to this point. So I'm just trying to figure out how to create something sustainable for this YouTube channel. And I think that comes down to helping people, that are or were in a similar situation like myself, just trying to get past stuff like that. Because I feel like I didn't really have guidance, growing up. Or I did have guidance, but like not the best, it didn't really lead to, I don't know, it didn't lead to any certain outcomes unless I just like grabbed the bull by the horns. So, yeah. Yeah, man, life's crazy. What's up? I love it. I'm doing to get that goal. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, like you can make some pretty magical things happen, I'm telling you, but you just have to, like, that's what everything comes down to. Yeah, I don't know what this whole like trend is with like the retard maxing stuff is, but like I think it's a great idea, it really is that simple. Like when I look back on it, it's like, and like, so how do you do that, right? It's like, I think I talked about this last night. It was like, try to burn the boats. If you want to conquer the island, you have to burn the boats, right? So like, force yourself into a situation where you have to, like I just, explained to you, like force yourself. Like I know you're planning, like you want to do this, like you need this much money in order to do this, whatnot. But like, dude, life is changing. Like life is so shifting and whatnot. Like if you want to do that thing, like do it now, do it hard, do it fast. And that way, if you fail in a week, you can come right back, right? But more than likely or not, if you can, try to burn that boat. Like try to not allow that to even be like a backup situation. That way you're forced to figure it out. That's kind of what I had to do coming out here to Austin, Texas. That's why I'm saying, like, I literally had like, I don't even remember, like maybe a week's notice, like before I decided to just like move from California out here to Austin, Texas. And it was because I was working on an Airbnb business at the time. Like I was building out a van for like this van life kind of thing, and I was going to use that for Airbnb, but like plans went super sideways, and everything just started blowing up in my face, back at home with my dad, friends, family, and stuff like that. So I don't know, it was all piling up, and I just felt all this pressure, and I was getting older, and like, I don't know, like things were just falling apart, and it was not good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think last night we talked about the COVID thing. Like COVID definitely didn't help. That was definitely a big factor. But I take responsibility. Like there's a lot of there's just a lot of negative spiral that I was going through. The point I'm trying to get to is like, it got to a point where I didn't really have anywhere else to go to like live if I wanted to keep, or I should say, I didn't really have anywhere else to go unless I had like a job, unless I got a job. And that was just something I refused to do, was like, just figure out, I just wanted to figure out how to build my own business. And I was just so upset at that point, especially losing like money, losing opportunities and stuff like that. Like, so I just said, F it. I'm moving out to Texas. I know it's cheaper out there. I'll figure something out. Like, and I did somehow, like literally the van that I was living in, it was crazy. It was like half built, so there wasn't like the like everything was kind of there, but like the electricity wasn't really working that well. I couldn't really use like the stove and whatnot, so like it was tough. So I was actually like living in motels for a few weeks just so I could like have air conditioning. I had my dog at the time, right? I had to take care of that guy. I'd leave him in there. And yeah, dude, I didn't really know what to do. And I started doing like personal training. Or I started doing Uber Eats. Like I got rid of the van. I got a Prius. I started doing Uber Eats and stuff because I needed cash. And then I started doing this personal training, and then that started doing extremely well pretty quickly. And then I just got kind of caught up in that. But anyway, long story short, like, yeah, dude, just try to force yourself into situations now. You don't have to be as crazy as that, but like, that's the long story short. Is anybody else sipping grape juice as well tonight? Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was definitely like the move out here to Austin, Texas was wild. I didn't know anyone out here. I was actually planning on going out to Dallas because I have a brother out there. But I stopped by Austin, Texas, and it was just like, I don't know, it felt vibrant. Like coming from like LA, Orange County, like it was just like very lively, like a bunch of people running around. It was this beautiful city. Everyone's like young, everyone's fit. And I was like, dang, dude, like this is a cool change. So I just decided to stay. Like, dude, life is crazy, bro. Like, take life by the horns. You just gotta go. Maybe not as crazy as me, but like, if you want something, like if you want to change your life somehow, like if you want to move out of your mom's house, or if you want to do literally anything, dude, like if you're not like content keeping your life the way it is, content. Yeah, you just gotta retard max it. Don't forget to hydrate. Hey, what's up, Noah? I see you in the chat.
Yeah, I thought it'd just be easier to hop on here than type. But yeah, I like what you said
damn, I
earlier
can't hear
about. Oh, you can't hear me?
Ah, no way.
Is it working now?
Wait, sorry.
Is it working?
Oh, I can hear you. Okay, perfect.
Sweet. Yeah,
What's
I just
up,
thought I'd
dude?
hop on here. Yeah, easier than typing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
was
no, I
doing
get you.
earlier.
I get you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
what are you up to? I know it's like it's pretty slow. I don't know. I mean, I honestly just we're just hanging out, dude. Yeah, what are you up to?
Yeah, I was a Potato fan on the YouTube chat. I just hopped over here.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
I was the one that was like wanting to move out. But yeah, I really liked what you said about how you had to like make things work and like you're going to motels and all that. Because I'm kind of in that, because there's a lot more to say, and I'm like, it's too much to type, so I'm going to come here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I'll,
Let's hear it.
I can't say too much publicly, but I know that in a month from now I'm about to lose my job. And so that's kind of like more to add to what I was saying with the 60,000 a year, because I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do? Because I'm to get to that 60,000 a year digital marketing job, because that's what I'm trying to do is SEO. That's what I've been like doing probably for like the last 5 years, just learning on the side.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that's holding me back, because I've gone out and like gotten mentors and stuff to talk to, and it seems the biggest thing that's holding me back is imposter syndrome. I mean, it's kind of hard navigating the job market these days, and I keep going back and forth between like, oh, do I just go out and start my own business doing it, or do I learn the ropes at an agency? And I don't know, both sound good, but that's my predicament.
Yeah.
Think of that as you will.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, at least you got time. You know, it sounds like at least you got time. I know like that's like a little silver lining, but
Yeah.
okay, like so all right, so well, I mean, have you been like interviewing? Like do you know what you want? Are you clear on like do you want to do another get into another job like that, or is that kind of not really passionate?
So for me, I do want to get a job, but like if you ask me like what do I want like in the next few months, I want a remote job that pays well, like in that $60,000 range, which is definitely possible with this career field that I've chosen. The good thing is I skipped college, so like I learned all this stuff. I basically kind of
Let's
retard
go.
maxed this, where yeah, like I took an online course. I've made friends like online, and we've actually met in real life like a couple times.
Nice.
And so like we have like our own accountability group with all that. But
Let's go.
the big thing is just like I've networked and I've just learned the skills. I've worked like an internship. I have actually done some freelancing with some people I know in my network. So I have.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, long story short, yeah, I do think right now I want to get to a good paying job. But once I learn and I get really confident after I've gotten that agency experience, because it's more fast paced. So the way that I see it is I see it as going to college and getting paid for it to get a job. And so that's why like short term I want a job, but long term eventually I want to get out of that and do my own thing. But right now I just think the biggest thing I think that I want is just I want to be able to work in a team, and have that mentorship of a boss before
Yeah.
I go and become my own boss. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Well, I would say if you have to take care of your immediate needs, then you have to take care of your immediate needs. So then cover that first, right? So, if that means, delivering food or delivering, people doing Uber or, picking up something else just to do that. Or, I mean, if you can skate by, because, if you're not already living on your own and like paying for all this other stuff, then like, that's what I try doing. Like I try to keep my overhead low. So if you can get away with that, like, try to, and then do your own thing, but you'd have to move fast. And that's, I mean, the reason like the way to move fast, right, is like to like force yourself. So I don't know. I would start with just like taking care of your needs, you know, figuring that out. It sounds like you have a month to kind of figure that out. And so, you know, exhaust all of your low hanging fruit. Reach out to all your friends, right? Like reach out to all those people that you met up with, and you know, see if they have something, or if they know someone, or I would focus on what you need to take care of first, and then get that taken care of. Maybe even do it purposefully in a way that is like kind of dry to you, right? That's why I say like delivering food or something, because like I don't like doing that, but like if you do that, you're like, I don't want to do this, and so you're gonna have to figure it out like pretty quickly too, right? But
yeah,
I mean that alone allows you just like pick up and go to where did you say you live?
I live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a smaller city, but we have Spokane, Washington, which is like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem I have with my situation is it's a smaller city. It's a beautiful area. It's great. But the problem is, unless you want to get into like construction, there's really not a lot of money here. And so a lot of the money that comes in here is like people that have remote jobs that coming over, or just people that just have investments. Like I remember when I worked at Best Buy, and this one guy came in, and he was like some day trader, and he just came in loaded and just wanted to buy the best computer we had. I was like, wow. So
yeah, man. That's just like it's a sign that like you just kind of have to like stumble into like the right things. I would say just try to figure out how to.
Yeah.
And this, you know, this is some advice I would give like for anything, you know, for fitness, for weight loss, whatever. Like, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, look at what you already have around you, like in your cupboard or in the fridge. Like, do you have a bunch of sodas? Do you have like cookies and stuff? Like, get all that stuff out of there, because try to take control of your environment. If you can take control of your environment, you're less likely to have to deploy willpower. Anyway, what I'm trying to tie that back to is like force yourself into an environment, like you said, is conducive to. Let me ask you, like, where would you go? You know, if you were to move, where would you go? Is that something you want to do?
Question. I've on and off wanted to move. Yeah, I mean it's like I could go either way with that one, to be honest. But to answer your question, Denver would probably be at the top of my list, just because that's where I'm originally from.
Okay.
And I got family there, so
Nice.
It wouldn't be as hard of a land. I would be open to going down to Texas. I've lived down in Houston before.
Nice. I hear it
And
gets
I actually have
really
a buddy.
humid.
Yes, it does. It's horrible. Like you basically just can't go out for like half the year, so you're just like clamoring for air conditioning.
I get that.
But
yeah.
But I do have a buddy that lives. He's one of my digital marketing. I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
That lives there, and we're pretty close. Like we've met in real life like already a few times, and probably gonna go down there this winter when it gets cold, regardless of what happens. But yeah, so I'd say like maybe Texas, Denver. I don't know. I want to try to stay west if I can. Maybe Seattle, but most of these jobs that I see in the industry, they usually tend to be out of like Texas or Denver. There's a lot of them in Denver, so
I get you. Yeah. Okay.
probably be a high likelihood to get something. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I would say, you know, try to look at where the wind is trying to blow you. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
reach out to your friend. You know, see if there's like an easy opportunity. If not, then, you know, like personally, I would say that might be, you know, God telling you not to go down that lane. Like, try not to like overthink it. Try to like let reality kind of guide you. And like if something easy kind of pop, like we already know like the problem. You need like you want to get out, you want to do whatever. We just identified, you know, you got to work on those needs. As long as you got that covered as quickly as possible. Yeah, look at that target and then kind of force yourself. I can only speak for myself, man. Like I'll tell you, like, you know, like moving out here to Austin was like just psychologically, emotionally, you know, all alone. It kind of put me in survival mode for, you know, a while. Like, it was worth it. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. And I want to be able to provide, you know, a place like this where you feel comfortable enough to be able to do something like that yourself and not have to be like so alone, you know. But that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like in the short term, just make sure I cover my needs. Part of the problem is I made a financially stupid decision, and I went and bought. It was a almost new Subaru WRX,
Let's go.
and I bought it before I knew everything was going to shit with like this job I'm working and
I
getting
getcha.
laid off.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn it, because I made enough that I can cover it, and then I knew, I could cover the payments and everything. And now I'm like, shit, I could face repossession. So I kind of have to move quick, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, that's
Um,
that's a life lesson that is invaluable, you know? That's something only you get to
Never.
learn.
Yeah, no, it's up until that point, I always drove hand-me-downs, and now I'm like,
Yep.
well, shit, I should have just kept driving the one that. But
Yep,
well,
gives
see,
you an
before I bought
appreciation.
my car, I had to sell a lot of the hand-me-downs off, so I was left down to one. So I still have this one. I'll eventually get it sorted out once I make more money, but because it was like the best out of all the ones I had.
I
And,
get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, I was like borrowing like this old like car that was basically falling apart from my dad, and I'm like, well, shit, I should have just kept driving it,
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
it broke down on me. But,
Yeah, exactly. That's life
what it
lessons.
is.
Like let that honestly, like that's the key. That's the key is like if you keep making that mistake, that's not the key. Like you want to just like make sure that doesn't happen again, but don't beat yourself up for, making a mistake, really. That's
No,
it.
it is what it is. I'll pay it off and just know
Yeah.
don't go impulse buy a car again unless you can pay cash for it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think, dude, like retard maxing is like the new wave. So
It is.
it's
Yeah.
wild. It's wild what we've come to. But like, yeah, if you can just like internalize that and just force yourself, because like that's what I kind of try to do. It's like it messes me up though. It's like I go pretty hard. But like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, I was homeless. Like I was I was essentially homeless. I was living in motels, bro. Like I was like,
Yeah.
like I forced myself into that situation because I couldn't allow myself to be in the situation that I was in and going through at the time. So, I wouldn't be here right now if I hadn't had done something like that, and things are looking up, for me. So, I would recommend just like going through the fire and not going through it alone, man. Like if you got stuff that you like if and when you do go through that, like full send, no half sends. Don't overthink it. Don't let life get to you. Don't try. And that could be like meeting somebody. Like if you meet someone and like like, are you in a relationship right now?
No, I've actually been single my whole life, actually.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, I made it to 27 without a girlfriend. So
Let's go. If that's
Yeah.
something that's on your radar, like try getting into that. Just try taking
is,
care of
yeah.
yourself. Things might pop up just from doing that. Just from I think try to have like a
Things.
well balanced life. Yeah, and I think especially that like different things that challenge you. Force you to take it to that next level, because the last thing, like, I don't know, I'm really driven by like, oh man, I don't want that to be me. I like and so like
Yeah.
I try to future, like I future trip too much. Like I don't want to like like end up whatever, but that's just me like looking like way too far in the future and tripping out and like messing up my own nervous system and whatnot. But like if you can kind of take like a little sample of that and apply that, like I think that would be healthy.
yeah, just kind of moving forward and yeah, because I think that's the problem I've had is I've always chased comfort instead of doing what I need to do. So
Yeah.
like, if I got tired of a job, instead of just like, okay, find something better, I quit the job. And then so like throughout my like early 20s especially, like I actually made good money before doing sales, and that is
Yeah.
something that I could pull that cord again just to go and make money if that's what I have to do in the short term. And
Yeah.
like I mean, there was months where I was making like 5,000-6,000, and I was like 20 years old, and I'm surprised I didn't blow all that money right away. So I was
Yeah.
able to save up like a good 10-12 grand, and back then that was before everything got really expensive. So but yeah, I was able to go well. So it's always been this vicious cycle of like I've chased comfort because it's like, well, I don't have to pay rent, I don't need to work, and then eventually. So sometimes I like part of the thing with the car is like, is it a smart decision financially? No. But this was I bought it right around the time when Elisha Long, because I've watched him for years, like back when he would make no fat videos, like we're talking like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And started seeing his retard maxing stuff, and I'm like, okay, retard max the car, and then it's like, okay, maybe don't do that. But what it taught me though is that, like, hey, this is what being an adult is like. If you want these things, you have to, whether it's better to save up, I'd say, for a car and buy it, but still, it's like, now it's like I have to actually keep working or I'll end up screwing myself, because it's like if I have to get the car repossessed, that could ding my credit and put me back further from buying a house. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, that again,
that.
like that's just like, I don't know. For what it's worth, like that's just, you know, anxiety and fear talking. I would say try not to let that get to you too much. It's healthy, but try not to let it get to you too much. That's all, you know.
Okay.
That's the same thing. Is like, that's like if something sour goes down, like you will figure it out. Like, it's something you cannot account for right now, because that's out of your hand.
Yeah.
That's out of your control. It's out of your hands, you know. And yeah, that's where it comes down to, is like trying to figure out how to not trip about the stuff that's out of your hands. You know, just try to do the work that you know you need to do, which
Right.
that's something I'm working on as far as, like, you know, my own life in some aspects. Is like I'm a little too driven, you know. I'm a little too driven in like one direction, and that I let like my social life go. Like I let, you know, recently, like over the last few years, like my body go and my health go and whatnot. And so, you know, yeah. I get that. It's about trying to find, I wouldn't say, I guess a good enough term is like balance, like enough balance to be able to be able to sustain, to keep you alive, you know, the needs that you need to take care of, just enough so you can go after what you want. Because I mean, that's, I think, where the real thriving is, you know, being able to live out what you want to live out. You know, like if you want to go capture something or go do something, like, you know, go in that direction. Like that's what's calling you to grow, to experience, like whatever that might be. And it might be the bad thing, like you know, like getting a WRX, right? Or is it a WRX or an STI? Yeah, like that was calling you, you know?
Yeah, it's not an STI. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it was calling you. And then now, you know, you have, you know, this is making you who you are.
It is. I mean, I've always been like into cars, so it's not a shocker I bought a WRX and not like a normie car like an Outback or something. But I've always liked it, and I've missed having a manual car, so it was an impulse buy. It was emotional. It wasn't logical, but yeah, I like what you said, how like sometimes those things call you, and you know, I'll pay off the car. I've always had big ambitions. That's the thing. Like I've always had big ambitions. Like I've always wanted to have like good money. Like I'm not saying be a millionaire, but I've always wanted to be like upper middle class, you know, at least. Where, you know, I don't want to be one of those people where they just spend their whole lives kind of living in mediocrity, you know, where they have a mediocre life. Like a lot of the reason why I'm single is because like the women that would come towards me and they'd give me like choosing signals, you know, as you probably know, and I just wasn't really interested. It's like, oh, they were either like not, like they didn't meet the standards I had, but like I was overweight and I was rejecting overweight girls, you know. Like it sounds bad, but it's just I've always been like, I gotta have like, not only like, yeah, I'm not saying like she has to look like a model, you know, have, you know, all that stuff, but it's just like I've always wanted to kind of have like I don't know, maybe like 7 out of 10 looks, but like 10 out of 10 personality, and I just haven't attracted that into my life yet. And so that's
I get you.
Conversation.
Yeah, I mean, that one is simple. I would say like attracts like. Like work on yourself, you know, like take this consistency thing seriously. Like try to go as intense. Like that's really what that's kind of what I boil down to, is like intensity and like drive. I'm not the smartest person, right? I just go as hard as I can at like what I want, at the cost of, you know, sometimes what I need. And you know, given that, I would say like attracts like. Like for me, you know, and don't try to like make that the outcome, but just try to be better, you know, and start with your body. Like I might even make that like, you know, like a part of my philosophy is just like fitness is like the absolute core foundation for any guy. Like if you can really like master that and just get that down, you know, you'll have money, opportunities coming your way, you'll have exactly what you're looking for coming your way, and so it just comes down to doing these things to yourself, right? And so that's where I would say, well, it's like, now that you know that, like, try not to have like a whole bunch of willpower, because like willpower is hard to have. Try to force yourself, because you're a strong organism. Like, put yourself into an environment that's going to force you to get to the place that you want to go. That's what I would say it boils down to. If you're having a hard time getting there yourself, if you can get there yourself, or if you can get there else how, you don't have to go as hard as that. But if you know that, like, where you're at, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Like, if you're just tired of being where you're at bad enough, then that's the advice I would give. Is like, don't go crazy in your head. Like, just like, do what you have to do. It's it's going to be a lot of fear and whatnot. Just don't think about it, retard max it, and force yourself in that situation. And you're in a good situation where, like, you would have somewhere to come back to.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really have somewhere to go back to. That's what made it so easy for me to take that leap of faith to kind of do that. So
yeah, it's because you had no choice.
Yeah, it's like, reality. That's the thing, man. Like the I would say the illusion of choice, but, like, I don't know. There's just, like, we have too many choices. We're burdened with choices
I agree.
now.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of my problem. Is I don't just narrow down on something and just go for it, and that's why I was saying earlier, like, I always chose comfort, and I think in the long term it's hurt me. I think had something happen, like, I don't know how much of Elisha Long you've watched, but I've watched him for years, and I remember he talked about how both his parents died. I don't think he ever said how they died, but he said both his parents died at the same time. So, like, when he was like 19, he was forced to do all that shit, and it's like, it kind of makes sense why now, years later, he's coming and saying all this. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, damn, I've had it too easy, because I grew up, like, pretty well off. Like, I wouldn't say I was rich, maybe upper middle class as I got to, like, the later end of my childhood. I've always had it good. Like, I remember, because I split high school, because I lived down in Texas, and then, like, I moved up to Idaho, and it was like, what? Like I went to school with kids that, like, had to work to help pay the rent, and I just never could understand that. I'm like, what? Like, I lived, like, single income family growing up, like, my dad made all the money, and it just, like, it's crazy how. So, like, I kind of grew up in that world of abundance, and so I kind of have that sort of, like, and I'll own it, like, I do have a little bit of that, like, self-entitled mentality that isn't really serving me, where it's like, oh, I gotta have the perfect job that's remote and have all this, and it's like, yeah, but maybe I could move to a city for a year while I establish roots, and then get to a point where I can stand out. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, like, I've been really good about the gym. I started out going, like, 3 times a week, and then I'm like, okay, I need to burn more calories than this. And so I really started making a lot of progress when I went to 6 times a week. Nice. And so usually I burn about 2 pounds a week.
Let's go, dude.
And being in like a 225% calorie deficit. Although this week I'm at maintenance just to reset my metabolism. But yeah, I usually just been. So I've made a lot of progress. I've lost 13 pounds. So
nice.
If anything, that's my main focus. But then when it comes to some of the other stuff, I'm still lacking in that self-discipline to be like, okay, you need to sit down on the computer and, like, learn all this, like, SEO stuff that I'm committing to. And so yeah, that's where I'm really struggling. Where it's like, okay, I'm going to the gym, but then it's like, once I'm done with the gym, or, like, any task that I have to do for my job, I'm just like, okay. I just fuck off for the rest of the day, and that's the problem. Is I need to stop doing that, because I know it's shooting me in the foot. Doing that.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple ways to look at that. Like, like, if that's kind of what you need to do right now, is just, like, go as hard as you can on fitness and, like, kind of let that guide you. That might be the thing that you need to do. At the same time, we know that you need to do what you need to do, which is, well, like, what do you think you need to do? Like, study for, study. What else do you think you need to do?
That's a really good question. So I think fitness is important. Like, I just know it's like, if the number one thing for me is fitness, I know, because I used to be, like, the skinny kid. I'm 6'3", so I grew fast. Like, so I was always, like, skinny until sophomore year, and then I just started putting on weight until eventually, and I thought it was bad in high school. I look at pictures then, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I was probably like 240, 250 in high school, and then I shot up to like 290 this year. And I look at like even like just looking at pictures like when I first bought my Subaru, which was like in July, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I looked bad. I mean, I'm looking a little better now, but it's like, wow. Like I could show you guys in the Discord, just like, holy shit. Like compared to where, like when I was in high school, and it's just,
send
I
an
know that,
upgrade.
yeah,
An update picture. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Whenever you can.
So, yeah, I will. But yeah, so maybe not that much better, but still, I mean, it's just crazy how I just shot up like that, and it's just like I remember like before I lost the weight, like it was better. Like I was able to, like the part of the problem why I'm single too is because I moved. Because like I was talking to some girls and then I moved, you know, and then that's when I really started putting on weight was when I moved. And it's just I know that like, if that thing goes away, it's gonna open up opportunities for like relationships, other guys, you know, that like are stay high status. Like I don't like judging people off of that, but you and I both know that we're humans. You know, if you see somebody that is got a good, they're in good shape, and you know they have like a good personality, like you know it's just you're gonna have like they're gonna be seen as higher. So it's just like having more. If I show up as that instead of like overweight, you know, they'll be like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. And so like I would maybe have more opportunities and jobs. It's just kind of
yeah, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, pretty privileged, dude. It's a real thing. 100%. Yeah. It's a real thing. It's 100% a real thing. And like anyone can be pretty. Like you just have to be really fit. Like anyone as they currently are, if they're really fit, literally anyone is like pretty privileged. Because like that's the thing is like not many people like do work out and stuff. And you're gonna notice that like when you start getting really fit, because you're gonna get really fit. I'm not gonna let you not continue this. So we're keep this trend, dude. Because I love it. I love this trend that you're on. But you're gonna notice that. You know, you're gonna look back and be like, you're gonna look around. That was another thing that I noticed was like, man, I don't know. I personally feel like I just kind of put my nose to the grindstone for like a few years. You know, I was just focused on my own thing, and then I look up and I start meeting people and like kind of going back out and like reacquainting with people, and they're just so surprised at like kind of the change. And then I started like looking around and realized like, damn, like I didn't realize it was so rare to do this. And so it really just comes down to like, how do you get to that situation? It just comes down to like, yeah, every day you just have to go as hard as you can. It sounds like you're ramping up to that right now. Like, you know, if you're what are you doing? Are you doing like the bike when you go to the gym, or are you doing like lifting? What are you doing?
So yeah, pretty much. What I've done for the last month is I'll usually do the bike, and it's one of those like new ones where you can set it to different things. So I have it set to burn 600 calories. Like it basically just turns itself to cool off mode at 6. Once it says I burned 600 calories, and it'll like have you put in your weight and stuff. Yeah. And I'll have it set to like not like a hard intensity, but a moderate intensity, because I'm doing it for an hour, and I'm working up a good sweat every time. Like I'm not just like pedaling away. Like I'm burning, and I set a decent intensity to where it's like a 10 out of 25, and yeah, that'll take about an hour for me to do. Sometimes I'll go in and I'll do the rowing machine, and I've done that before. I've done like the incline treadmill, but I just the bike for me has always been consistent, just because it's easy, and I could just sit and watch YouTube while doing it. So that's why I've done the bike. But I've also done that. I've done like weightlifting before. It's just given like research I've done myself, I just think I need to focus on that. There is like some stuff I've seen where like you can maybe do supersets, because what I'm really just focused on is just burning calories, and then I'll start once I get down to like a better weight where I'm like, I guess quote unquote skinny fat, then that's when I'll really be focusing on doing compound lifts and really building my muscles.
Honestly, what I would say, honestly, just like right off the bat, what I would say is just like do that, but start doing lifting, because that's going to help you burn fat faster.
Even more.
Yeah, but it's I mean, you want to start doing that, because like that is going to help sculpt you. It's going to take a couple years of like really hard work to like start getting really sculpted, and you're going to want to get started on that now, because you can lose the fat. Like how much weight do you think you need to lose to get to like a, you know, like a place where you don't have much body fat? Like let's say, you know, if you know much about this, like 15% or less, you know, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've only measured it on one of those smart scales, so take it for what it's worth. It's when I was at like 275, which I'm getting pretty close to that.
Okay.
I got to change the batteries on it, so I'm using the retard scale that my sister has.
I love it.
So it doesn't measure body fat percentage, but it did say like I was 32 at like 275. So
Okay.
if I took half a percent, I'd done the math, and it looks to be about somewhere around 230 to 240, and that would
Okay.
be
How tall are you?
15? I'm 6'3".
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would say, yeah, okay, so 275. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I would say definitely keep it kind of like 80-20, 70-30, 80-20 of keeping what you're doing now. Like how long on the bike are you riding? I know you said like 600 calories, but
Yeah,
like time wise, just
it's an hour.
okay.
It's an hour.
Sweet. And you're doing that like 6 days a week, like 5-6 days a week?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, keep that going.
Yeah.
Keep that going. 100% keep
Yeah.
that going.
But as far as lifting goes, because would you say like because I know it's something I've been like, because there's one video I watched where he talked about how like in my situation you don't want to do compound lifting because you don't want to lose days in the gym. So like maybe I could do like
No,
'cause I could do
honestly,
the
like that's
bicycle.
overthinking it. Cause like all of calisthenics
Yes.
is yeah. I would say honestly, compound lifts is gonna be what you're looking for, because right now like
Okay.
they're probably talking to someone who like wants to isolate and like really sculpt their body. You're not quite at that point right now. Like you want to be doing compound lifts, because compound lifts for what you're looking for, which is like building that base layer physique plus also like burning fat. All of calisthenics is compound
Doing that.
exercises. Yeah, exactly. And especially like at your weight, like if you can start mastering that stuff now, that's going to be way better than doing like stuff in
Even
the gym.
better.
100%. Because
Okay.
like, once you start getting skinny, like once you're close to 200 pounds, like, you're going to be able to do push-ups and pull-ups like it's nothing. Like so those muscles, like your
Yeah.
lats and your chest and stuff, aren't going to be, so it's like a natural weight vest. Like, I would say like try to start doing that for sure. I would say that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do that, and I worry about like, oh, if I do like squats and deadlift, like that'll keep me from doing the bike. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe not. I don't know. There could be other like I could maybe do an incline on the treadmill, and that's not as bad. And I will say like I have like my weight's fluctuated. Like I've lost weight before. Like I've gone down to 250 twice. Like I did it in 2022. Then I gained weight over the winter, then lost it in 2023.
Yeah.
And that was easy because I was working a warehouse job, and that one wasn't intentional because I was dealing with tendonitis. I had both golfer's elbow and tennis elbow in both arms. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I was
that's not
working a
fun.
warehouse job. No, and so I just all I did is like, okay, well, let's try eating less of like the inflammatory processed food, and I did that for a while, and it didn't make a difference, but that's because I didn't realize that what was causing it was a magnesium deficiency. So that's how I fixed
gotcha.
that problem. But
I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing we'll dive into is nutrition. Like, tell me about that. But just hold on, real quick. I just want to shout out to Luke. Luke, what's going on, dude? Long time no here. Hope you're doing well. Let me know. How are you? What's going on? Yeah. So tell me about your nutrition. Do you eat out? Are you on a meal plan? What does that look like?
So as of right now, and this isn't like the best idea, but like I just eat in a calorie restriction, still eating out. That's pretty much what I'm doing still.
Yeah.
It's not the best diet, I know. But what I've done in the past is I would basically kind of do like it was kind of like I did half the day keto. And we could talk more about like why I eat out now, but it's like what I did like when I said I lost weight in 2023. I would basically just have like a breakfast that was just like eggs and like sausage. I'd have it like with cheese and bacon and all that, just the protein and just basically just keep the carbs on the minimum. Maybe I'd have like some blueberries, but I just wouldn't really have a lot of carbs. And then maybe like later on I would eat like just like stuff like that was easy. Like at Costco they sell this like coconut curry that doesn't have like as much. So I'd make a lot of that stuff and just have it with some rice, or I would just like
Yeah.
make like hamburgers and stuff like that without the bun.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Cauliflower crust pizzas, like just kind of basic stuff.
Yeah.
I do want to learn how to cook more and meal prep, but that's what I did. I think the reason why I got out of that, so one of my biggest problems is I like to eat ice cream a lot. I have like that bad problem. But
Yeah.
I've been able to like figure out like, oh, I could just take like chocolate collagen powder and then just mix it with Greek yogurt, and that's plenty fine for me. Did that
Yeah.
for a while until Costco stopped carrying the brand that I liked, and so I used it as an excuse. But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I think my problem, and maybe it's something else that you can identify, but I guess the way that I'm seeing it is like I'm having to like rely on willpower, and it's like I don't like eating the same thing over and over again. So like I couldn't do like the bodybuilder workout. Maybe it's a limiting belief. I don't know, but it's
Yeah,
just that's
yeah.
what happens, goes through my head when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go eat out just this one time, and then that one time
Yeah.
becomes all the week, right?
Yeah, no, I hear
Right.
you. Honestly, like what I would say is like a couple of things. Like one thing right off the top of my head, and real quick, Bismarck MMA, I see you. I'll get to your question in just a minute. What I would say is like try. Like, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I found to work. Take it for what you will. Try to be as perfect as you can. That's not healthy,
Okay.
but try to take, a little bit of that, right? So what I mean by that. When it comes to nutrition, what I was doing was I was like consistency. What is consistency? So eating the exact same breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, without fail.
Yeah.
And that was meal planned out. So I already had that planned out. And so like within that meal plan, what did I do? I had to make sure like it was meals that I wanted to eat. I know you said like you don't like consistency, like you don't like eating the same things over and over. Try to like we know that that's what we need to do, right? So like try to be as consistent as you can with that stuff, but then knowing yourself, because you don't like that, like what does that mean practically? So like maybe once every 4 days in the start, once every 3 days, you're gonna want something new. So then how can we keep that for like 2.5 days, and then give yourself a goal of, if you can do that consistently, then you can go out and have like a dinner of whatever you want. You can have multiple cheat days in the beginning just to kind of get yourself on track. And then
Used to it.
yeah, exactly. Again, it just comes down to forcing yourself into the situation you have to do to get to the place you want to go. And so what does that mean? That means you have to be consistent. You don't have to be, but like, I mean, pretty much like try to do what the bodybuilders do. Like just try to be as perfectly as possible when it comes to, for exercise, you're going hard. You're going hard. Maybe like keep learning form, keep trying to get into like compound lifts and stuff like that. Try to develop like a routine where you're tomorrow you're going to be doing push, and then the next day it's pull, and then the next day is like legs, core, whatever. Try to get that down, but it sounds like you have that down pretty good. I think the biggest bottleneck for you though is nutrition. If you can get that down,
I agree.
it's just like try to be as perfect as you can, and then honestly, try to do that for like just 30 days. If you can go as hard as you can for just 30 days, that will set you up for enough momentum for 6 months or whatever. And like just in 30 days, if you don't consume any sugar, no sodas, no juices, no donuts, no cookies, nothing, right? Like if you do nothing and you're doing like a let's say like an intermittent fast. Have you ever done intermittent fasting?
That's what I'm doing right now. I should have mentioned that.
All right, perfect. That's awesome. That's probably helping a lot too. I would say have you ever done like a full day of fasting?
I've done 3 days before.
Okay. All right. So you know what's up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I would say if you could implement that on a consistent schedule, just like once a week, pick a day where you're just like really busy, or just, you know what to do. If you can pick a day once a week, do a full fast once a week, and then keep your intermittent fast. But then at the same time, I would 100% recommend doing compound lifts. If you can do compound lifts, and personally, I would recommend, it doesn't have to be compound lifts, but try to lift heavy. If you want to do if you want to do dumbbell stuff, if you want to do kettlebell stuff, try to lift as heavy as you can, right? Like if it's a Smith machine, or if it's a barbell, or if it's dumbbells, try to go as heavy as you can, within reason.
Yeah.
But I would say, like compound lifts, or just as heavy as you can, because you want to start building that muscle. And that's really it. And just don't overthink it. Lift like retard max it, dude. Like, just lift as heavy as you can, and you don't really need to consume that much food, honestly. Like, as long as you're eating enough protein, like, over consume protein. I would rather you overdose yourself on protein than not. But shoot,
Okay.
let me get to Bismarck real quick. Yo,
Yeah,
so
no worries.
how do I lose a small layer of fat on my stomach? Yeah, honestly, the same advice for everyone, for every single person ever, is try to be as perfect as you can. What does that look like? Be consistent with your meal plan. If your goal is to lose fat, then I would say try to implement intermittent fasting if you're not already doing that, or just try to or implement a full day of fasting. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that's wrong with it is the fact that, you know, you're going to be hungry for maybe an hour. But then honestly, in my experience, like once you get past that hunger phase, like that little 30-minute phase, like being hungry, I got a headache, whatever. Like once you get past that, usually the rest of the day, like you kind of feel at peace. Like you feel okay, like you can do it, right? I mean, you might be able to attest to this, Noah, but it's it's you know, like religious people fast, like it's a thing. So just try to fasting is a huge thing. That's what I would say.
Yes.
Anyway,
it is.
that's really
Yeah, I
it.
remember
Yeah.
when I did a 3-day fast. I was hungry for maybe like the first day, but by the time I was the second day, dude, it was crazy. It literally felt like I was like God almost. Like it's almost like I was becoming Jesus. It was crazy, dude.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
was crazy.
no, it is. It's like it's just a reset. And like another thing that I talk about
Right.
this is like just like a good mindset kind of thing, because like it comes down to environment too, which is like, you know, we're products of our environment.
Mhm.
Like we have food that's so easily at our disposal. Like we all have refrigerators. We have like you know, we have pantries and stuff, and so like this stuff hasn't been around for very long, like just, you know, how long, a couple hundred years, like if that. So like for the longest time we've had to go out and hunt our food and like go get that stuff, and so now that we don't do that, like we have to try to combat that. And so like what does that ultimately come down to? It just comes down to controlling your environment, because like we were born into the modern age with all this stuff, and so no one, you know, there's no handbook for it, but we have, you know, centuries and centuries old wiring of like actually having to go out and earn the food. So, you know, now we're seeing kind of like a whiplash of that. And so I would say, you know, to like the whiplash is try to control your environment, try to make sure. And it is tough, you know, if you're living with someone else, like it's tough to
It is tough, yeah.
like control like what they have, like what you have in the house, right? Because they want to eat what they want to eat. But I mean, this could be like an inspiration story. Like if you keep losing weight for a little bit, like just keep grinding through it, like you might be able to, you know, inspire the people around you to,
Oh yeah.
you know, do their own thing. That's what happened
That
with
was
me.
yeah, that was an excuse I had for a while, because like where I live, like, you know, you live with family, and it's like my sister lost weight, so that's why I know it's possible. She lost like she was like at 200 and dropped well below like 40-50 pounds.
Nice.
So like I know it's possible, and she wasn't like eating like super crazy healthy either. Although I do think that women get away with like not having to build as much muscle, you know. So for her it was maybe easier, but yeah, even despite all that, I've been able to. It's hard, you know, but I've gotten myself to a point where, you know, it's like even though there's like all these sweets in the fridge, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not going for it as much, because I'm just, maybe it's healthy, maybe it's not, but I've gotten myself to a point where it's like I'm genuinely afraid of eating over my goal calories, which I don't track too much, but I just have a general idea, because it's like I don't want to stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, 100%. I think. I mean, you have a good
it's been
head
building
on you.
momentum.
I think that's a healthy thing to kind of obsess over right now. I think you have a good head on you. So like let that get to you, but don't let it get to you too much. Which I'm not. You know, I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. But
I
yeah,
don't think so.
like stay obsessed with that, because
Yeah,
that's what's working. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, but that's the thing is like, yeah, I definitely want to start, because like eating out is just, it's all like I've known for years, like you don't want to be eating all that seed oil stuff that they have in the restaurants, and like when I cooked at home, like I always either cook in butter or like, you know, olive oil or whatever.
Yep.
Um,
Nice.
So like always just eat healthy. So it's like I know what I should be doing, but it's just I just keep letting the traffic convenience get me every time. Where it's like do I really want to like go home and cook and clean dishes? But that's why I should just start meal prepping. You know, it's I have access to a barbecue, so
Yeah,
just go barbecue up some steaks and chicken, and then I'm good for a week. You know, and make some
yeah,
stuff. You know, like
yeah.
and I have a friend that is more than willing to show me stuff that he makes and has. So I just gotta do that.
Yeah,
Just
so
make that
like
a
do
big
they
part of
like
my life.
are they pretty fit, or like are they in the same lifestyle kind of thing?
They're much more ahead than I am.
Yeah, perfect.
I
That's
want to be
awesome.
a little leaner than he is, but I mean, he's pretty athletic. Like he plays, he golfs, and he likes to play like pickleball and tennis. So
Yeah,
I'd
let's
say
go.
he's in pretty good shape. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah. So look at what he does, you know, like yeah, yeah, hang out with him for sure. Like just
Hmm.
like your
Yeah.
environment. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Like same thing, 100%. Yeah.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're on the right path, dude. I think just keep balling out. And how do you keep balling out? Well, take this information, try to apply it, and you know you're probably not going to be able to apply it all at once, but you know let it kind of seep in, and at the right time it'll come. But for right now,
Right.
you know just like staying consistent. That's like the boring thing, but like that's the one thing people can't do. If you can just do that, then like
Yeah.
magical things will start happening, like magical things. So like that you just never really considered. You know, it'll just start happening for you.
Yeah. I could. That's what I keep hearing from other, like not just you, but other people. So gotta
It's
be true.
it's the leap of faith, dude, and like that's the hard thing. Well, like, how do you do that leap of faith? Because like, I feel like a lot of people kind of know that. Like, you just have to, like, well, it's risk, right? It's like, it's risk. Like you know what they say, like big risk, big reward, right? Or it's little risk, little reward.
True.
That's what it is. It's like what's the inverse of risk, or like what's the like, yeah, it's fear, right? That's why people don't take risk because of fear. And so like try not to intellectualize that. Try to just go full retard. Like it's so on par. I don't know what to say. Like it's so stupid, bro. I love it. I hate it.
No, but it is true. Like and I'm guilty of this as well, where I just sit and overthink things, and it's like, well, you know, what good is it? What was it? It might have been your video where because I was actually funny enough watching it today at the gym, and it's like, are you really smart? I think it was a quote that you pulled up where, it's like, are you really like, if you're not wealthy, are you really smart? And
Yeah.
I've always said no, because you could sit, you know, and I'll say, like, to add to, like, you know, like you're saying, like street smart versus book smart, right? And like people that are wealthy tend to be street smart. And I always like to say that the people that are book smart. I remember reading Rich Dad Poor Dad years ago,
Yep.
and Robert Kiyosaki said that the A plus students work for the C plus students.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is so hilarious, because throughout most of school I was getting C's, you know, because I just didn't really care. I was just like, unless it was a subject I really was interested in, I never really bothered, you know.
Yeah. 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 No, totally. I get that 100%. I think it's a gift and a curse, right? It's like,
It is. It really is.
yeah, yeah, like you're. I think the only thing I think it's mainly a gift. I think the only thing that's a curse is yourself getting in your own way, like figuring out how to get out of your own way, and that's where it comes down
Yeah.
to either retard maxing or changing your environment, kind of forcing yourself into what you need to do. Which, for me, apparently, you know, going homeless, technically, right, was retard. Like that's what retard maxing looks like. Like it's not easy, you know. I didn't know that about, you know. Is that how you say his name? Elisha? Is it Elisha?
I don't know if it's Elijah or Elisha, but the way it's spelled, it suggested the Elisha.
I didn't know if it was like Alicia.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably Elisha. Yeah, okay. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him. Yeah, that blows. That sucks. It sounds like maybe like
It
a car
does.
accident or something. I don't know what it was, but
That's what
that
I'm-
sucks. Yeah.
That's what I'm figuring. Yeah, it was a car accident.
You said he was what, like
Um,
19 when it happened?
I think so. Yeah, he was pretty young. Like because he said like he was right out of high school when it happened. Maybe he was 18.
Yeah.
And but I remember him talking about that, and it was basically a video. I'll have to see if I can find it and I could share it in the Discord. But he was basically saying like you kind of have to like stop worrying about what your parents think about what you're doing. That was what the video was about, because they said that they'll be gone before, and it happened to him obviously very early. Like for most of us, generally speaking, we don't really worry about losing our parents until we're like in our 50s, you know, 60s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, that's
But
actually that's brilliant. I mean, it is. It really is. I mean, it's
yeah,
tragic that he had to come to that wisdom through that. But I think
from
that's
that.
I can agree to that. Like 100%. I have a really hard time with both my parents, and I think it came from their divorce, which happened when I was 13, and ever since then,
Mm,
like that was like a really deep wound for me. And I'm
same for
still
me.
Are your parents still together or no?
No, so they divorced when I was in senior year of high school. So thankfully I
Okay.
was 18.
Yeah.
So I never had to be in the middle of, like, my sister sadly did, but
Yeah.
I thankfully didn't have to do anything. The only thing that like I had to do is just I got some stuff in my name. Like I ended up getting the dog, the family dog, and I had her before she got too old. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, like I had that and like had some stuff that they both didn't really care for that I just ended up getting as like hand-me-downs. Like I got like a washer and dryer in my name and shit like that. But yeah, it sucks because for so long and even still like even as an adult it's hard to choose which side. And then I don't know, it's just they've moved on. And like who my dad's with now, it doesn't really have much to do with me.
Mm.
Doesn't like me at all. It's kind of my parents' relationship's kind of interesting because after my dad left my dad ended up like telling me like not too long after like, oh yeah, I'm bisexual, and then like he's been with the guy for all these years. And yeah, it's kind of interesting situation. But his partner that
Mm.
he's with doesn't really have much to do with me, it seems. And
Mm.
it's fine, it is what it is. But it's like my dad will be cool to me, but then like it's just there. I've dealt with a lot of disrespect with that. And like
Yeah.
sometimes like I don't want to say too much, but it's just
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
get
yeah.
that. Long
No,
story
I hear
short.
you, dude. I hear you. That's yeah, that's a lot, man. That's I mean, still like you were still young at the time, having to go through all that. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's shitty, dude. Like I know I have my own, like personal details and whatnot about,
what happened?
about yeah, life, but like yeah, I think it's again, it's a gift and a curse. Like it fucking sucks, man. Like just having to like it shatters your world. Like it shatters your worldview. Like it shatters your
Mhm.
perception. And so it forces you to like go through some pretty traumatic stuff in your own mind, at least for me. And
No, that's for me too.
yeah, I think that's where Elisha comes down to. Like, that's where it comes down to is like yeah, it's like your parents like respect him. It's a journey, 100%. But like that's kind of the parallel between. I mean, that's where you come from. It's like a genetic thing, and plus like I don't know if you believe in like not telepathy or whatever, but just like I don't know, like weird quantum stuff, bro. Like it's all spiritual and quantum, like in like
Hmm.
quantum physics, whatnot. Like it's all entangled. It's all wild, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what it is, but that's why I just kind of like as of recently have defaulted to it's God and
Yeah,
just in control of all this stuff, and that's essentially like the thought. Like that's where it's like the ultimate parents, right? And so like having a good relationship with him, because I didn't really have I don't currently have a good relationship with my father as well, and it's like an estranged relationship like that, and so
yeah,
it's a
it's
tough
hard
situation, yeah, for sure. But
because
it's allowing you to not stay shackled and stuck. It allows you to keep moving forward. It could allow you to stay shackled and stuck if you choose to. And that's a tough place because like this is like the turning point. Like a lot of people is just like kind of float through life, right? Like kind of easy handed to them. Like now is like a turning point where
yeah,
you can like really use that and like choose to be good or not, and yeah. I mean, that's yeah. No, I'm glad you shared that, dude. Like appreciate that.
mhm. Yeah, it's definitely tough because it's like I don't know, it's just like you go in the back and forth. And it's like I see. So the way that I see it is a lot of times it's like what you said earlier, actually, where like attracts like. And now I'm kind of understanding what happened with my parents' relationship. And it's like I'm not like saying anyone's wrong, but it's like I kind of understand it. And so it's like I just want to get away from it. That's my big reason for wanting to move out, is just I feel that I can have my own peace. Because when I've gotten away from it, whether it's like going on a trip with my friends for like a week or going on a solo trip, because I live with my dad, before moving out here, and then I'm like, okay, this isn't much better. So, or
Yeah.
just like going and like I remember I spent a month with my grandparents down in Colorado, and it just
Nice.
yeah, just all of a sudden everything just felt more peaceful, and I just think this like
Yeah.
tug of war, like they'll just never get away from it, even if it's years after it
Mm.
all happened. Uh,
Yeah. No, it's
where it's just
tough.
that tug of war, and it's just there's like this whole ego thing where it's like,
Mm.
you know, maybe it's just like I'll want to do something, and it's like they can't fully support that, or just I don't know. There's a lot of personal stuff I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about too much here, but
Yeah. No, I
that's
hear you. I hear you. I
what
think
it comes down to. I think you might understand what I'm hinting at, but yeah.
well, so here's the thing: is like you're kind of you're in a situation where you have to make the choice of what Elisha didn't get the opportunity to. He didn't get the opportunity to walk away from his parents like
Yeah.
this, to learn these lessons. You are arguably in a harder situation where you have to make that choice. Like you understand what you have to do,
True.
and you have to do that yourself, you know. And so, but that's why, you know, it's a gift and a curse. That's why, dude, like life is so like life is retarded. Like life is crazy. Like you just like take it by the
It's
horns,
not easy.
man. Like just like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like it sucks. It sucks what happened, you know, to all of us, to everyone, man. Like it does suck, but like how do we deal with it now instead of wallowing in it or like, you know, staying there? Yeah, for me, like during the pandemic, I was living with my dad, and that's when I, you know, was doing the Airbnb thing. I was working on a van, and then I had like a falling out, and like it was really bad, and so that was like living with him was kind of, I was living with like other friends and like their parents and stuff, like kind of bouncing around on like four people's different couches, like, you know, a couple different friends, and then like an aunt, and then eventually I got to a place where I just didn't want to keep like burdening them. Like I was paying rent and whatnot, but like it was just, I didn't want to be in that environment. I knew like I had to, like this just wasn't conducive to my own mental health and like, you know, success that I wanted to achieve. And so I was bouncing around until I got to the point where I was at my dad's place, you know, and then it was COVID, and I lost my job, and I, you know, broken up with a girlfriend that I was with at the time, and and I was in this Airbnb thing, and that went sideways. So I was like, dude, I ran out of options, and it sucked. It sucked. Like I guess you could technically say I had options, but like in my own mind, I didn't really have options. So I had to force myself out, and that was extremely tough. I'm sure, you know, Elisha probably had some really, you know, like really like that was probably fucking really hard, dude, to like go through that.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I had a kid, and you know, we grew up together and played football, and his dad was my coach in high school, you know, for football, and he died of a heart attack one day. A few different coaches had heart attacks. It was wild. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, and then his mom was actually like friends with my mom, and my mom had, you know, she was an alcoholic and whatnot, but she was kind of like looking after his mom because his mom started drinking after that, and she started like drinking way too much, and she killed herself, and so she left. They left,
shit.
you know, these two orphans, these two kids. They were in high school, and yeah, man, like it's like that kind of happened in front of everyone because like he was a coach, right, and like, you know, they were like both like.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, damn, bro, like that's got to be something tough, man. Like just to watch it, like I didn't really feel much. Like it sucked having to lose my coach. Like it sucked having to see these kids become orphans, and like, you know, my friend, like I wouldn't say it was my friend, but like we grew up together for sure. Like it's like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
man, yeah. And so like, but if you have the opportunity to like kind of recognize that in yourself, because it's just like a fractal of like everyone else out there is just a mirror of us, right? Like how can we take a lesson from that, you know? And like, so for me personally, like it's like little tiny things like that, or like things throughout my past like that where other people kind of had really unfortunate upbringings that I can be like, I guess just kind of relate myself back to that, not be all consumed by it and think I'm, you know, special just because it sucks for me, right? It's like other people have been through that kind of stuff, and it allows you to have a connection with other people too, you know. It like that kind of breaks through the isolation, at least through like the isolation that I feel is like it helps you kind of be more, a little bit more grounded and more like in tune with like other people and whatnot. Like you're not worried so much about yourself. And like one thing my parents always like said was like, if you're up in your head too much or whatever, like go volunteer for something, like go to like a soup line or something, like, or go to your church and volunteer. Like it'll just force you out of your own head because you're worried about helping other people, you know, like you're doing stuff like that. So I mean, that's why I'm here doing this YouTube thing. Like I'm glad I get to, you know, help you, dude. Like this is impactful for me. So yeah. But no, I'm glad you hopped on here, dude. Like seriously, I appreciate it. It's been an hour and like a half almost. But
oh wow.
yeah.
Dang, time flies.
Yeah, dude. But I don't really know where I'm gonna go with this. I just figured, I thought it was a good idea. I mean, I don't know. Like how do you feel? How do you think today went? Was that a good combo? Was this like is this content worthy of doing like on a nightly basis?
Definitely. I mean, it's a lot of work, so if you're willing to do it and you got the time.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Sure. I mean, especially if more people are able to hop on and are willing to.
I mean, the thing is, like,
step up and say whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I just want to provide a space where, like, you know, you can just like talk about stuff. You know, it's not just. That's why I have the Discord, so people can talk to each other and like you can stay accountable to like, you know, you just have this community. I don't really know, like, are you part of other communities? Like, you know, like how is stuff run over there? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
how can I add value?
There's one from the course that I took in digital marketing. That's a Discord server, and that's just really just more of like a study group. But I came in at the very beginning of that Discord server, and so two friends that I've had from that, they're very close friends. Like, even though we live in different areas, we're close friends. We know like everything about our lives. Like girls, we like shit like that. Like that's how you know it's a brotherhood, when you know like all that shit.
I love it.
So I have that. We meet up like every week to have accountability meetings and like, okay, why didn't you meet your goals? And we just like, so yeah, I do actually have like a support group already that has that, but I still like reaching out and connecting to other people that, because like, you know, my friends, like they're kind of like one of my friends, like of those two friends, like he's where I'm at, except he's not as overweight, but he still wants to like lose the weight. And like he's kind of on and off made progress. My other friend, he was the one I told you that did like pickleball and all that, and you know, he does pretty well, but he's still like, he sometimes wants to get leaner and all that. But it's not like bad. Like I would say he might be around 15 body fat, so I don't think he's like bad. But maybe like 20, but I don't think he's any higher than like 20, I'd say. But yeah, so just like in really good shape. But yeah, so I've had that, but it's always good, especially someone like you that, because like none of them have like lost like 120 pounds like you have. So it's good to like be able to talk to somebody that has done that and you know, just gone through the trials and errors you have, because that's kind of the thing, is like it's good to reach out to as many people as you can. That's one of the things I've learned. So yeah, long story short, is really good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I personally might argue, because I've just been thinking about this recently, is like when it comes to networking, I feel like as far as my experience, like, yeah, definitely like reach out to as many people as you like try to meet people 100%, but like the real like golden nuggets come from like just one person. Like if you just know one person that can like take you to the next level. Like, you know, right now, like if I'm that one person for you, as far as like getting this physique down, you know, getting this weight loss down, like if I'm that one person, it's like, you know, don't listen to everybody's advice about everything. Like look at where people have, you know, gotten success. Like if someone's been divorced 4 times, you know, don't listen to them about, you know, marriage advice, right?
Marriage,
like yeah. So it's like just, you know, just like take that golden nugget. But yeah, when it comes down to like the fitness stuff, dude, like my main thing is like just go nuts, you know, like be intense, don't think too much. Yeah, that's definitely a philosophy in there, and then things will start coming to you. You know, like if you don't know how to do, like in my experience, like if you don't know what to do with like YouTube, just like start doing stuff. And then all of a sudden, like you'll like, you know, YouTube has like all this data and stuff that you can like kind of learn from and like make pivots on. But the same thing's gonna happen when you just start going to the gym, which you've already started doing. Like you're down, what'd you say, 13 pounds?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, nice. Like,
Yeah.
keep that going. Keep that going. Like, don't look at like, like the next goal or whatever. Just focus on what you've already built on, which is, going in and doing the bike or doing whatever. And then over time, you're gonna get so bored of doing that it's like, yeah, like what do I do? Now. I mean, now you're at the point of adding in some weightlifting. I would definitely recommend doing weightlifting, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, just get into it. Or if it's not like super. Like if like weightlifting isn't like calling you really hard right now, then just do what you got to do, but keep this consistency going and and go as hard as you can, go as intensely as you can, try to be as perfect as you can. The closer you can get to perfection, the faster and harder the results are going to come in. At the same time, it's also not healthy mentally to try to be perfect, right? Because you're gonna get all weird in your mind and stuff, but. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on here. I think I'm going to call it here for the night. But yeah, dude, say what's up in the group chat. Absolutely, dude. I'm going to keep an eye out for that consistency thing. And yeah, if I do decide to hop up here tomorrow, hop up here